because they won't let it down until that boat is all the way in. Yeah.
Hey, good morning. Today we are going to be checking out the Panama Canal. We're at the Miraflores Locks. Just taking a stroll. There's a big backlog of traffic. They're working on the road, so I figured I'll just enjoy the walk, get some nice scenery like this. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it's a dam, but there's water down below. There's a sign that said, "Caution, look out for crocodiles." I don't see any. Oh well. Yeah, we're almost at the station that's right over here. So yeah, see you when we get there. Alright, so we just finished the introduction video in the theater and now we're in the museum portion, just looking around. Yeah, that video was a bit different than what usually typically watch in a museum. It wasn't really a documentary history kind of thing. It was more of a story-driven narrative where actors acted out scenes and the narration was by the actors, and it was their thoughts and feelings about the way of life in the early 1880s. In 1880, the French government, they made the first attempt to build the canal here. There were 21,000 deaths, so unfortunately it was a failure. And eventually they left, gave up, and the US government signed a contract to complete the canal. And in 1914 it was completed, and the US government maintained control for nearly 96 years. And you know, the Panamanians, they were not happy about the US control because there are certain rules and regulations that they didn't agreed to. And actually there were protests held in 1964 where 22 Panamanians were killed and 600 were injured. But it wasn't until the Jimmy Carter administration in 1977 where he signed a treaty that stated that control of the Panama Canal would be handed back to the country of Panama on December 31st, 1999. So Panama was definitely happy about that. It was a celebration for everybody because they were able to control their own lands and regain their sovereignty. Even this 80-kilometer stretch of the canal, it definitely saves time for ships and barges and cruise ships because it takes about, I guess, about 8 hours to traverse from the Atlantic Pacific and Pacific Atlantic. So definitely a feat in Marvel engineering. And even until recently in 2006, there was a referendum that was held in Panama to decide whether or not to expand it. So in 2016, there was an expansion for a third set of locks, and that helped to, bigger ships like this cross through the transoceanic pathway and encourage, more trade, global trade between countries. And then also the Panama Canal Authority was created, and their duties were to do the management, maintenance, and basically become stewards of the canal and make sure that it becomes sustainable and that it is profitable for the people of Panama, because they really need it here. And I think it's a really cool thing to come see the Panama Canal. A lot of history here for sure. Eventually ships will be passing through, so we're going to take some videos. All right. So here we are on the 4th floor observation deck. We are waiting for our first ship to arrive and pass through the canal. It's supposed to be around 2 p.m. this afternoon. I did my research online, found out you're not supposed to come between noon and 2 p.m. because there's no ships that pass through, but did I remember? No, I forgot. So I had to go through, spend extra time at the museum, watch the video. Had to wait for at least an hour extra. But here we are, we're waiting now, and the first ships are passing by, especially on the west side there. You can see there's one ship, and then there's another one that's just approaching the canal further down that way. So once it passes by, I'll take a time-lapse video, I'll do a video, and we'll see what footage we can get. This one's the first passenger or ferry boat that I've seen. A lot of people on this one. They're all waving. Yeah, each lock takes about 30 minutes to go all the way down so that the water equalizes to the next lock so that it can pass through. As you know, there's a change in elevation in the water level. And so yeah, and the bigger ships, they take a really long time. They're pulled by a rail car through cables, and yeah, you've seen the size of those tugboats. They're massive. So little boats like this, little ships like this, shouldn't have a problem. Yeah, it takes a while. Can't believe how slow it took, but you can see in my time-lapse video that a 30-minute wait took just a minute in a time-lapse video, so pretty cool to see that when it's all sped up. Hey, here I am. We're having a early supper, late lunch. Like I said, we spent pretty much all day at the Panama Canal. Finally got a hat, souvenir hat, Panama hat. Yeah, there's my hat, and I also finally found my t-shirt. It has Panama written on it. You know how hard it is to find souvenir t-shirts for some reason? I don't know. I asked many stores, they didn't have, you know, t-shirts with Panama on it. So, and then, yeah, here we are. We eat our classic rice and beans and chicken. There we go. I definitely look like a tourist now, hey? Howdy, y'all. Yippee-ki-yay!